right, we are back, and we're gonna start hard mode today. Let's see here. New game, Head Ninja. That's unique to this game, right? This path is only open to those valiant ninja confident in his skills. Proceed with caution. All right, let's see how this goes. Yeah, we should be good. No hand cam today. I'm gonna leave it off this time. But we'll have it back for sure when we attempt the Master Ninja run, so. But for right now, I didn't want to set it up this morning. Can I just... There we go. Now, I'm sure I can just... Like last time, right? Just let him kill me. Okay. All right. This little intro kill setup, I suppose. So off we go. Okay. Inhuman. Okay. Now we're definitely not gonna get the kill on the tutorial boss. Oh, you can. I was wondering if I can already flying swallow. I'm gonna test if I can do an Azuna drop actually right now. Actually, you know what I should have tested out first? Does this essence even transfer over? No, I can't use it to drop. Yeah, does this even transfer over to Ryu? Because if not, then there's no real use on fighting these guys, to be honest. Okay, I think I'm gonna start skipping everything at this point, just to see. What the? No. Bro. There we go. I gotta build back up my sort of like muscle memory on this tablet. Because again, the screen is below, and it's easier to control her when I can see where my stylus is pointing. But I don't want to just look down the entire stream, so I'm staring at my CRT, but it's working. Okay. I should probably see. I probably can't really tell now. Well, as of right now. But see if they add more attacks on enemies. But I don't think I'll really go and do that until... That's an extra fight. No! I didn't want to go here. Okay. I won't do that testing until Master Ninja mode. Right now, we're just trying to unlock it, so just keep it moving. Anything, any bit adds up, to be honest. Okay, they didn't show me the tutorial on this one. They did at the beginning, so I wonder if they just kind of assume at this point I'm good to go. I can't go here, but can go left. There we go. Okay. So yeah, this time I remembered where to go in that little cavern area. So we weren't stuck nowhere near as much this time. What? How was that not a UT? Yeah, I let it go too early. That should be the last one. There we go. What's up, Reggie? Do you like Captain America? Like the movie, the comics, or the video game? To be honest, I'm not too sure if I got tell the truth. I never really much interacted with any of his stuff. Let me myself out here. Like I played him quite a bit in the Tokon beta. He was actually really sick. Basically because he plays like Terry, so like he has the power dunk, the burn knuckle and stuff like that. A little that's pretty cool. This is Momiji. She's debuts in this game, but she comes back in later titles like Sigma 2 and like Razor's Edge as side characters. But yeah, she started here. You only play her in the beginning for this tutorial section. That's the intended way anyways. But right now we're gonna swap to Ryu, and then we play as him for the remainder part of the game. Here we go, man of the hour. Yeah, right now I'm playing on a Wii U tablet. Yesterday we did a full playthrough of on normal. The game is pretty short. The game's pretty short. Like casually it took me I think 5 hours to do it yesterday. But I could even, it's possible to beat it even way quicker, I feel. Once I get the hang of things. So maybe today we can speed it up. We are playing a hard mode, so it might even out the same playtime because it is. It might require a few more retries depending, but we'll see. But so far though, it seems like enemies are exactly the same. Down he goes. Oh, he interrupted my UT. The archer. Payback. There we go. Whoa, really not dead. Well, I mean, like, not finished. That's what I did here, though. They mainly just extend fights even longer. So let's see how crazy they get with these gauntlets. Yeah, I definitely felt a little more longer than usual. And so now. Yeah. Are you a big fan of Captain America? I think I'm more of a Spider-Man guy. I just so happen to play or interact with more of his stuff, like the movies and games, things like that. Okay, I remember when I was doing normal mode. Like usually I am guard buffering, right? Like I'm the same fundamentals are still here in this game as they are in the console ones. When I'm guard buffering, that's 90% of the time it's me doing that. But I did notice though, the game automatically blocks for you sometimes. And that just happened right now at the beginning of the fight. Okay. So it seems like that's just an intended mechanic to help you out a little bit for playing on the DS. That wasn't too long. Okay. We should be already approaching the end of this chapter. Oh, we actually get a guaranteed red key drop. Well, red essence drop right here, I think. In the next room. Yeah. Because usually you'll just go back to the save statue and you refill on everything. But I knew this tutorial was going to give me a free one, so we'll save a little bit of time and not backtrack. Alright. I'm going to sacrifice picking up essence for speed here. So we're going to use our UTs whenever possible. Because if fights are going to be this long, we got to speed them up. I didn't closely check the prices on normal mode, but I am, since I streamed, I can just go back and check after the fact. But that's one thing we can definitely test if they change the pricing like they do in other Ninja Gaiden games. There's no treasure boxes in this game, so there's no like there's no chance of like remixing item pickups like the first game either. I'm gonna skip this. That's one less thing I gotta check, but that should be the end of the chapter, like super soon. Yeah, okay. That was good. I used the Ninpo there because they're free refill anyways. I was gonna skip all this. Nice, barely made it at the screen transition. Alright. Smooth sailing. Don't mind me. There you go. Now we got to do this little fight and get revenge and kill the red dragon. Dude, we're getting a lot of money already. I'm gonna pick this up. No, they interrupted it. Crap. They definitely are packing more of a punch. Okay, since they didn't spawn more enemies, that might be it. Okay, never mind. Okay, we still got more. There we go. Please be it. I barely got out of the way of that grab. I need that heal. Jeez. What's up, Rozzy? No hand cam today. I didn't feel like setting it up, but instead you got the cursed image I was talking about yesterday of Ryu just staring forward at the camera. That's what you guys get today. No, that was not a good idea. Oh crap. Crap. Well, that did chip damage. I'm just gonna use mine info. No way. Okay, so okay, they're definitely enhanced attack properties then. That was so close. Started early, of course, on a Saturday. We won't do a long one, I don't think. We'll see how this goes. But if we can beat it today, hard mode, then you know what Saturday has in store for us. But one step at a time, one step at a time. Master Ninja. That's promising. Let's see if we can keep that up. Honestly. Now, I did take notes yesterday. Like after the stream, right? I watched the speedrun, like I said. Ended up making this little doodle. This is for the puzzle room with the berserkers. So I watched a single speedrun. Hopefully I can get it done. Hopefully. It's over. All right. Oh, that's what? Oh, never mind. You know what I was wondering the other day? You remember when we saved Sakura, right? When the Spider Ninjas had her captive. Who exactly shot the arrow? I have to imagine it was Okatsu. I think that's her name. I'm gonna pick these up actually. But at the same time though, you see Sanji after the fight with her. So that makes you wanna, and makes me think he was the one that did that. But I'm not sure. I'm gonna try to keep my ear out for it this time. Like right here, like a voice along with it. All right. I'll use a save afterwards, so we don't have to visit it twice. But yeah, from the one speedrun I saw, it seems like Inazuma is pretty good for boss fights. At least for the early ones, at the very least. Okay, I'm gonna start doing that more too. Making sure I kill those with the UT. Because any extra money will definitely come in handy. Because we'll find out soon enough if prices are increased. So we'll see. I don't remember the numbers specifically, but I just remember the Flying Swallow cost 5,000. Here we go. Wake up! Wake up! Sleeping on the job. Could it be me? Oh, me too. Okay. Is a bow girl from the... Okay, okay. Oh, speaking of... Inazuma. When I was in the dungeon using the wind to do the propellers and turning off the flame, that was not needed. So I remember making a comment, because the kid was telling me, use your ninpo for certain puzzles, and I was using the wind beforehand. But you actually just had to use the mic to just blow it out, the fire or the propellers. I actually didn't need the wind there. So it might be an ninpo I can just completely skip. Oh, I need to use this for the rock. That's right. But he's Wimp currently. He probably didn't save her. Because I was wondering, right? Because I'm already writing down notes for the script, and I have a little segment for Sanji and how much I like his character in this game. And I was wondering, okay, you're right. He starts off very much a young shinobi, but I want to see if the game slowly shows his growth. Because remember that one text box mentioning how he's like sort of training like mentally. I'll try to remember to see him. We'll talk to him. We'll see if I can find it again. Yeah, I want to say this game does a cool job. I think that was the right one. Of showing that growth. Again, you see that with Momiji as well, right? From beginning to end. So I want to say they do that same character arc with everyone, with even the other kids, you know, seeing them slowly practice their moves and stuff like that. Or seeing the kid make explosive arrows for you, things like that. So I want to say Sanji has the same moments, you know. So we'll see. Yeah, so far enemy placements have not changed. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna test something. But I need to look. Ah, okay. I was wondering if I could launch him, hit him with the shuriken, and then do my follow-up with the Azuna. But it doesn't. Doing a follow-up jump. Oh crap. Doing a follow-up jump. It doesn't follow. Come on. Okay, at least that gave me a lot of health. Oh, that don't really do too much. Okay, thank goodness. I'm trying to speed up the process. Because so far, I think the only thing they changed on the difficulty so far is just the amount of enemies per encounter. So that's how they make it harder. You just have to be more consistent for longer periods of time. So if things are this long on hard mode, I am kind of scared for Master Ninja. So yeah, I need to be on my A game with my UT chaining at some point. Okay. There should be another one. Okay. Jeez. That felt like a 5-minute fight, if I gotta be honest. There we go. Oh. No. I need to go back and save. There we go. Holy crap. Yeah, I'm gonna skip this fight as well. I'm trying to find a balance of speed and getting money. There they are. The duo. Okay. Crap. Let me get the second level. We get the big payout. There we go. How much was it? Like 200? 200 essence there. I didn't get a good read on the number. What's up, Knight Rider? We are starting this run early today because this game is too good. It is too good. Like, I'm actually really glad this is gonna be the follow-up video after Devil's Third. It's gonna be a nice sort of combo. Because while Devil's Third is very, very lacking, let's say, this game, on the other hand, is far on the opposite end of the spectrum. Because I am very harsh. I'll say that right now. No, where are you? I'm very harsh in the Devil's Third video. Alright, it's not popping out. So, to have this sort of counterweight that with a good game under his name is a good idea. So that's the plan. One game I couldn't put down because of how bad it was. This one I can't put down because of how good it is, so. Off we go. Okay. Holy crap. Oh my god. Hard by master rank matches in Street Fighter 6. Who's the problem right now after all the patches? You see like a certain pattern now, like who's really causing some trouble out there. Cause after, oh my god, after seeing that that Jamie clip you sent, that looks scary. That looks scary. Perfect. We should get a safe statue, I think. Right out the door on our left here. Alright, cool. Perfect. Alright. I forgot the name of this boss again. Jotunfrau. There we go. Jotunfrau. It took me a second. Like I had a complete blank yesterday. Yeah, Jotunfrau. I will say though, the numbers required to get the level 1 or level 2 UT is definitely different. It's not just a simple like 1 or 2 or have a blue on the field or red. It seems like it's, I didn't mean to pick those up. We'll absorb those. It seems like the requirements are way different. Like way higher, I mean. There you go. Yeah, see, that's barely a level 1 UT, even though there's like, what, 7 assets on the field? So, I don't know the logic. I don't know the logic on this. Like, is it tier? But even that, I don't think is a difference maker. Because I absorbed like probably 4 or 5 like big yellow drops, and it will be the same thing. So, yeah. Maybe I need like 10. Like 10 orbs. Okay. The splash damage is kind of bad on the Azuna drop, but the damage is so good. And if we're gonna have to fight this many enemies back to back, yeah, that's still level 1. Anything to speed up the process is a good thing. Crap, I wanted to Azuna drop. I like how like you get a clear wind up on their pounce for their command grab, like this guy right now. So I like how you can punish him in that startup, like in that stance. I'm gonna wait. Okay, I wanted the other guy, but we'll still take it. No. Quick. Again, it's good I have iframes on activation with these. Dude. Now I have nothing for the boss. For this game, because they just made the controls more conventional, the game for the DS besides portability. That's what I was thinking too. That's pretty much how I start my video off. Like usually when they make a DS game, right, they retool it to make it 2D. Like look at the Wolverine game, Spider-Man, Web of Shadows, even the Simpsons game, the movie game. They make it like a 2D version. But this one, they say, no, let's actually take it to the next level and be more closer to the console experience. And that, they achieved that by a long shot. I wonder if I should... No. Oh, I'm by the wall. Oh my god. Just finish the job. I'm panicking. The job killer is dead. The bro was in this game. What, dude? I popped off when I saw that yesterday. again, every single stage, I um I found something every single time without fail. There's like nuggets everywhere in this game for how like impressive it is. That's so sick, man. All the mechanics are really soon on Master Rank, dude. Now that you're playing on a higher level, those cracks really show, huh? Bum, bum. Okay, chapter 3 done. 10 more to go. Making good progress. 30 minutes in, almost 40. Jotunfrau down. Okay. Ishtaris has revealed her presence. We gotta skip it this time. No, no Warhammer to find. No Warhammer to find here, but off we go. But I do wonder. I think this game could work. With a more free progression. Because right now it's what's the word I used yesterday? Fixed. It's like a fixed order. But I definitely do think it could have been however you want. I just gotta go here and walk back. We should get a cutscene? Yeah. So then I go back, I talk to Muramasa, then he tells us about how these stones work, and then we go back. A little back and forth. Okay. You know another comparison I made? I took note of? I compared it sort of to like Onimusha 2. Like I did that yesterday, right? About the using my ninpo or magic for the dungeons. But think of like when I first played Onimusha, right? During the first stream, I first thought the town was gonna be a constant thing where I go back there as my hub, I go there all the time, restock, talk to people, right? It slowly progresses. But that's not really the case. You go there probably 2 or 3 times and then you abandon it for like more than half the game. But this one you do come back every time. You come back after every dungeon. It's a consistent hub. The story progresses, right, with the people, like the NPCs, right? You can build that connection. There's no like mechanic around it like 2, Oni 2, but the same things are there, which I like. But it's completely optional. It's completely optional. You can just speed things along. It has that fast pace that I wished Onimusha 2 had. Okay. Okay, we only have 3 options here. Oh. Okay. They seem like the same prices, but again, I won't know for sure until the bird, the flying swallow chain. Right now, everything seems pretty much what I expected. Okay. I really like this hub music though. This soundtrack. Oh, there you go. I was just thinking about that. Yeah, I like it. It's very nice. I think I'm gonna skip the Fiend challenges for now. We'll come back if we need the money. Yeah, we're just gonna keep things moving along. Okay. Everything counts. Oh crap, that was close. There we go. Kill bugs, right? Yeah, that's still. Yeah, look at that. There was a blue and a red in there. And that still didn't give me a level 2 immediately. So I'm definitely gonna have to go back and get that in the clip for the video to show how the requirements are definitely different in this game. Oh my god! I'm getting grabbed and stabbed from below at the same time. Bro, that's not nice. Immediately into a fight. Oh. The ZR button right here. That's the emulation thing. So when I'm leaning it on my lap, I always press it. Crap. Oh, here we go, here we go. Okay. Let's hope we get a... Okay, nice. Health drop. 3 of them, nice. I'm gonna use this for UT. No, I got stabbed. Bro. Yep. We gotta do this already. I was hoping I didn't take that much damage so soon. Okay. Dude. Dude. I might have to look at the screen to make sure I really dodge in the right spots. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh, never mind. For a second, I thought his patterns got increased from 1 flame pillar to 2. But it seems like it was just 1. This Maddening Marisa has only one meaty, and it's unsafe. Bro. She just can't play the game, can she? What's the big deal, Capcom? What's the big deal? In fact, you cannot block string anything after it. Well, the whole cast aside of Honda and really can themselves plus frames doing. That's crazy. And they have range on top of that, right? And quicker. Well, Marisa is a little on the slower side, right? In her case. It's maddening. Fire. There you go. Made it like that on purpose. They do not want Marisa to be good at all. Why do you think that is, though? Like, because, like, if they're trying not to have noob stomper characters, that makes no sense because Honda is the way that he is, right? Even at the beginning of the game's lifespan, you know, everyone was pretty much complaining about him, but they didn't change him. So it makes you wonder, like, what's the real reason? That's just an extra save point. That's one of that for the money for the pill bugs. All right, let's go to progression. Go. Some extra money. No one plays Marissa. So, you think that's why they don't really care to fix her? Like some games, they actually would buff characters so they have the higher pick rate, or like a decent pick rate. But yeah, I guess they don't want nobody player or something, man. That's crazy. It seems like she was one of the more liked newcomers too. Well, when I've seen anyways. But yeah. It's a shame, man, because after that one mod, I wish she was a better character to go with that. Straight down. Time for the boss fight. How does the game play on emulator? It's not. I'm not playing on. Oh, hold on. Let me get to a safe room. Okay, I'm playing on an actual Wii U gamepad. So for Wii U emulation is pretty good. Wii U is pretty good, but PC I'm not too sure. But through the Wii U, man, it's pretty spot on, to be honest. Cause like this is no different than actual DS. I just have a bigger surface area to work with. So this is the closest you're gonna get to playing on the real hardware, if I gotta be honest. Because man, those screens are tiny. So this makes it way better. And I can actually show on stream, right? Because the Wii U has HDMI out. I don't have to worry about like getting a modded console. No, I wanted to set a UT. You should be getting knocked down pretty soon. Wait for the, yeah. No, I wanted to jump there. That's it. Bro. We can use this right now. We won't get the boss fight here. That's for sure. But at least it's good to know that Inazuma is really strong in this fight. I wonder. Nah, it's too close. Everything does chip damage now on hard mode, I've noticed. So I can't just stand here in the back like I could before. That could be a... I'm dead. Yeah, that could be an option too. I'm too close. Yep, that chip damage. Actually, why not? Why don't I just do Raptor? Yeah, just use... Yeah. Okay, I think I found a strategy. I think she has 13 frame tracking. Attacks even... 13? That's how long it's active? 13 frames. Or 13 frames of it actually moving. Because either way, that does sound pretty strong. And the fact you're on plus, it seems like it has no downsides. Every character pretty much can cancel any normal into Drive Rush. Oh, driving. Okay. Mercy can only cancel one normal, and it's not a good poke. Footsie's... Dude. And she's slow enough where she can't beat out people's drive impact either, right? When that's sort of like the norm nowadays with some people. How would you... let's see. First middle. Yeah, I got unlucky there. I'm gonna try to keep doing that though. Damn. Damage. Yeah. It might just be a luck thing. I was so close to level 2. I went way back. I still want to attempt to prep UTs after the Flying Swallow. But maybe I got to do my Flying Swallow a little later than I am. Just to really make sure I'm behind him. So I'm gonna try to do it more deeper, more closer to him. Because after that grab, I can definitely charge a level 2. So let me get way closer. Like, yeah, now I'm further back. So maybe that prep, maybe that'll make him do a different attack than the wing flap. Before I get a level 1. I got so lucky there. Nice. Little overkill with the UT, but okay. But yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan. Knock him down. I could probably charge a level 2 UT, but I'm trying to make sure I could get some damage with the level 1, you know? So I'm not sure if I could do it fast enough and hit him with the thunder, the Inazuma. But we'll see. You just like all of them? Damn. I get it though. I don't have a really strong feeling against any of them either. Like I play them as they come out. I think I put a decent time in each. Well, at least 50 hours with each one. Well, starting with like around 4, like super casually. There it is. There it is. I don't know why. I don't know why they decided to do that. Alright, so now let's go back to the whatchamacallit? The well. Because we were stuck here for a cool minute. Yesterday, trying to figure this out. Off we go. I do feel like if I had to choose, or like sort of theorize which one might be my favorite, maybe an alpha game. Maybe. But I'm not too sure. And it would have to be like one of the handheld versions too. Come on. I really like the style of it, mainly. And it seems like with so many versions of it as well, with the handheld, it seems like I'll have fun just experimenting with all the single player content, since I don't really like to play PvP or have the means to. So with any Street Fighter with like all the interesting like content will be my go-to. I try to roll there too. Oh, that was super overkill. I think I have to go all the way back to the bottom right, I think. Not much, but... that was almost 300. 300 essence there. That was pretty worth it, honestly. Here we go. I was gonna... Hold on. Sakura. Sakura. Okay. Yeah, so it was the girl that did that, not Sanji. But man, she has a lot of heart. Did you read her text box? Even as young as she is willing. Life or death for the clan. Try to do my flying swallow. Yeah. Even with 2 blue orbs, I wasn't a level 2. That's for instant kill. Nice. Pick these up for sure. Dude. There we go. I'm sort of anticipating the cartwheel grab so I can punish it. Dude. Deliberate. You have to be exact. You have to know exactly what you're doing in this game. Again, I need to make that crystal clear. Just because it's a handheld game on the Nintendo console of all things does not mean it's easy. Or the fact they're using a different control scheme. They really dump you into the deep end here. And I forgot to mention it yesterday. Like, you know how I pointed out how they're putting higher tier enemies in normal mode, and that really wasn't the norm originally. But that's also true for the boss fights. You don't fight Nishi and Istaros until very hard in the first game. So the fact you fight them on normal, mandatory, like that's crazy. Again, now that I've come back to this game after playing the other ones more deeply, it really puts into perspective like how much they put on you as a player in this game. Even though I hit him, I couldn't hit confirm into my launcher. Okay, if I have to... Okay. Okay, looks like I have to hit him with my shuriken. In that case, I have to look down at my screen then. So I can actually see where I'm attacking. Like, look at that. Wow, they even dodged that. Nah, we're just gonna do this. They are evasive. Okay. I gotta remember the next time. Just use my ninpo as soon as they drop in. Okay. It's a GOT player rage quit? Dude. How long have you been playing ranked this morning? Well, probably afternoon for you, right? So. Yeah, I'm surprised you're going right into it already. Like, you achieved Master, but are you trying to go for the higher versions of Master now with Marissa? Are you trying to do with a new character? 'Cause I remember you were talking about Chun-Li, like trying to play her in previous games to see how she is now. Okay, here we go. Flock of Swallows is now 7,000. instead of 5 on normal. So prices are dependent on difficulty. Interesting. So those things are the same from the console games as well. The variable pricing. Interesting. Okay, talking about the teleporters. Off we go. On to the next one. Ninpo is powerful, but they know that as well. You only get one cast. You only get one cast. Well, the other games you start with 3, you know. But I think so anyways. It's actually been a while. But yeah. This game is not easy. It is not easy. Okay, how long? We're hour in. I think I'm on chapter 5 already, no? I actually didn't. I don't remember seeing. But steady progress. Okay, that's the pill bug fight, so let me farm this. Let me get out of here before they grab me. Oh my god, that was a lot of money. And again, the fact there's like follow-up blades that linger, the chances of you getting the multiplier for the level 2 UT is a lot higher, you know? Yeah, let me just make sure I roll. I'm not sure if I can jump off if I walk, so I'm just gonna do this instead. There you go. All right. The rooms in this version are a lot simpler. Oh crap. Dude, they come out swinging. Oh, I just got the UT. It makes me wonder though. It seems like they knew, right? The multiple flying swallows were extremely strong. That's why it cost so much. But I think even counter cost quite a bit. So it makes me wonder, like, is there some secret stuff there? But we're not gonna do that this playthrough. Once money is this tight, I can't really be buying stuff that isn't going to go to beating the game. Holy crap, at the same time. Okay. Okay. Okay, it seems like I could buffer another UT after I do my previous UT. So maybe if I want to chain, it's actually easier than I thought. Is this the initial one? I have to use my flying swallow. It seems like it is anyways. $60 plus the season pass with Rage Quit and paid for internet. And depending if they were doing crossplay from PlayStation, they also played for the privilege of playing online. Yeah. Or they even bought a new controller just for Street Fighter 6. So it's even more money that they spent to play a game just to quit. Yeah. Fighting games, man, are way too expensive for a casual player. Oh, I had a thought. Damn it, I gotta use this. Nice. Holy crap, they really about generous today. That was like, what, 10 blues? That should be death. Okay. No. Okay, it looks like I can double jump already. Like, I didn't notice I could do that until like 80% through the game. Oh, I got both of them. Double Azuna drop. I need to see that more often. Get him away. Get him away. Another thing I want to see more often in Ninja Gaiden is the ability to reflect projectiles. Because as I was watching that speedrun, there's actually more things you can reflect than I initially thought. So hopefully I can show that off. But no promises. Like these, I'm pretty sure I can reflect. These guys right here. Yeah, this mechanic is pretty sick, man. Hold on. No, okay. I was trying to test something there. Because if you notice, I wasn't fully on the platform when I did my arrow shot. So I wondered, like, okay, since I'm not technically in the arena, can I just... Can I do this without starting the fight? But nah. It just teleported me. I got pushed away, so I couldn't Azuna drop. Dude, you can. You can. You can, bro. You can launch him in one, but it's super situational. And obviously you can't Azuna drop them in the first game. Like they have a sort of like body weight mechanic. You can't really do much with it. You can just knock them on their back. That's pretty much it. But holy crap, that's crazy. Even these enemies aren't safe. Oh my god, dude, it's not done. I can't take my eyes off the game for a second. I need the health. That's so funny. Alright, yep. We're immediately using this. Dude, how many enemies spawn? I'm saving these for... Oh, never mind. That's one. Dude. This is the fight, right? Yeah. That's fine. Okay. Dude. This game is pushing the limits. I cannot see this being done on actual DS. That's crazy. He was on crossplay. Damn, there you go. He had to pay extra to play online. And it still took off. That's how it goes, man. One of those days. So far, because you barely win any points, lose a lot. Lose a lot. Then why play ranked at that point, right? Why not just stick to quick play? Or just lobby matches, you know? Because you're going into the Thunderdome, you understand what's going to happen. Someone's going to lose. And it might be you. It just might be you. Still free gets gear plus R. It's more so the newer things. It's the newer ones, man. And that's where usually the casual players flock to, like myself. So for me as a casual player, it is true those games are cheaper, but the player base is not casual friendly. Like it takes a lot more effort on my end, right? I have to go most likely catch up on 20 plus years of knowledge and matchup, like knowledge checks, matchup knowledge. So it's a lot, man. It's a lot to catch up to a game, you know. To get in the door is easy, but sticking around is the hard part. Okay, this is what I figured. After the initial UT, I can just buffer. Come on, big guy. Alright. I can't shoot him anyways, so. Thousand hours of 5K, the average Street Fighter 6 player with 1,000, there's no chance of beating me. And then, yeah, when you play that long with killers, yeah, man. It's hard. It's hard to climb up to the standard for those older games. That's for sure. I'm gonna try level 2. Make sure I tap the face. You can see. For sure damage. Dodge these. Come on. Dude, I gotta develop like a new... No way. No way. I gotta develop a new like grip or something. Cause this is getting crazy. And internalize it so much. Yeah. I don't think you can even fix that. Like that mentality. I don't think you can do anything about it, to be honest. Because, like I said before, man, it's a fighting game. Someone's gonna win. Someone's gonna lose. You know. Maybe you just gotta sort of normalize the fact you're gonna lose sometimes, and not really beat yourself up about it. Like once you make it norm, like not have like so much ego attached to it, then maybe it'll be easier. Because that's the only, like, why else would somebody quit, you know? To maintain that PNG. Bruh, I took full damage with that. Alright, at this point, I might just have to tap. Dude, we were so close to, man. I was gonna die. There's no point. I'm trying to salvage this. Unless you're playing a game that hits like 40 players max on a good day. I fought more casuals and Third Strike than experienced players. I don't know. I believe you. But man, I'm definitely scared to even test the waters. That's for sure. I don't even want to go into that deep ocean that is Spycade. That is for sure, man. That is for sure. Maybe console? Maybe that will have more casual people on there, but alright, this one looks safe actually. Like I'm safe back here. I'm gonna make sure I hit the head. Oh, okay, no, I'm not safe back here. Okay. Just use a bow. Just use a bow. That's way more consistent than like trying to avoid with iframes. Because I was kind of hoping the wind blades that come afterwards would like actually home. But no, they don't. I was hoping that like since there's only one target to go for, you know, all of them just go seek them out, but no. Just use the bow. And dodging was actually way more easier than I thought. With such big hitboxes, I thought there'd be more lingering. But no, it's actually not too bad. And plus the audio cues are super consistent. So it actually was very fair. So, it wasn't too bad. Do I have enough I don't. I want the multiple flying swallow pretty badly, but damage is always helpful. So yeah. Dude, do I need to look up a farming spot in this game? Because I definitely used a farming spot in the first game on the higher modes because of the extra pricing. So, no, okay, here we go. During that time, it will charge it for once. Okay, so he pretty much tells you how it works, but not really. It speeds it up, but the number threshold is different than 1. All right, on to the next one. All right, moving on. Moving pretty quick. Giant brute or something. Yeah, this is the one of the few exclusive bosses to the game. Yeah, I wonder what they got the idea from. Watch it have been like hidden, like a scrapped boss fight for the first game. Who knows? That could be a possibility. But honestly, I would have rather have fought Succubus, to be honest. Especially in the that dungeon, because it's pretty much the red and blue room, right? So when you fought Succubus, no, Hydrocubus in there. So it would have made sense to fight him there. But maybe they couldn't make it work. Maybe. I think they could have done something. No. In a pounce. There we go. I got lucky there. There we go. Oh. Wow, he had a lot of iframes on spawn. Oh. Somehow he had a lot of iframes on his entry, but I'm gonna have to use it more often. Is that you become numb to losing? Yeah, you just have to get used to it, man. You just have to get used to it. Cause like for me, right? Like I came from like, I don't really play fighting games. I usually play shooters. That's kind of been my thing for a while, like since the PS3 days, or even before then. But nowadays they're usually free to play, so I don't have to pay online for it, right? I can just play. But since they're usually team shooters, you know, there are moments where I feel like I did my part and the loss wasn't really on me, but after a while you just kind of throw your hands up. Like you said, you just get used to losing. Your fault or not, you just say GG's and go next, pretty much. Sometimes you get dealt a bad hand. And like team shooters, it's even more random, right? While fighting games, it's more, the responsibility is all on you, that loss, and the win. So, you know, it is more satisfying, but okay. There we go. Yeah, so I bought the wind Ninpo last time, but it's not required. So I do have a feeling I have to get it later though, but we'll see. DOA 2 is on Fightcade? Do you actually have console stuff there, or was like the arcade version? This way, yeah. There you go. That should be the last one. And that should be the end of the dungeon too, no? No, thank you. The extra money would go a long way. Again, I need the flying swallow chain, especially for the final boss, or the final stretch of the game. That's too strong. Fiend Mirai. Rarely saw anyone online there, and I'm okay. Does it matter if it's like anime or like what's your style? You think Power when it comes to fighting games? All dream. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay. But I'm assuming that's as far as it goes, right? Okay, this is where I have to blow the wind and then run back. I hope I don't have to do that a second time. There we go. Lucky me. That's pretty clean. Okay, hour and a half. This should be the end of chapter 6, right? After this. I gotta keep an eye out for the tablet not to for it to die. Nah, he's not really affected by this. Dodged too early. There we go. Nice recover. Even VF4? That's crazy. Yeah, I would not... For some reason, I would think 5K couldn't handle 3D games. That's crazy. Like, I always assumed it's just like early arcade stuff, shmups, things like that. I wouldn't think the internet would be, well, it's like online capabilities would be so strong for 3D stuff. All right, chapter 7. We're halfway done. Halfway done at an hour and a half. So 3 hours would be kind of insane, especially for hard mode. So we'll see. We'll see if I can keep up the pace. Yeah, I'm skipping too many fights. But I think that might bite me later if I gotta be honest. Like we're getting by, but how long can we can do that, you know? Yeah, I think this was the text box I was talking about earlier. Have a heart but do not feel. Yeah, things like that. Dude. I'm thinking, can I just go back to the dungeon we just did, right? Because that's where all the pill bugs are consistently. If I can just keep doing those 2 fights and then back out, that might be something to help out. With the money situation. Because things only get more expensive. I guess I prefer games with fast movement and short combos. The final bit is important to me, man. The shorter combos. Because that way you have like way more interactions, right? Because when it's like a 5-second long combo, you know, that's when I start to check out mentally, man. Because when I'm punished that much for one simple mistake, like, bro. Because like fighters, right? Dragon Ball Fighters. I think I have like 300 plus hours. And I like that game a lot, man. But that was my biggest gripe. Just like how much downtime you have. I kind of wish there was like a burst mechanic in that game. Just sort of like. There we go. To sort of help out with that. So you can actually do some mind games of baiting people out, you know? But yeah, that's why I like to play Smash Bros. A lot. It has a speed, it has the controls that I like, and also the combos are very short, and they're also not guaranteed either. There's a lot of like mind games of like calling out like where they're going to recover to, how they're going to recover, if they're going to do it super fast, or use their air dodge. You can kind of consider it like a burst. They don't escape a combo, but they can escape your follow-up attempts to juggle you even more as they touch the ground. Or you can stall in the air with one of your attacks as well. There's a lot of mind games in Smash which I like. Very short combos and very fast, movement heavy, and a lot of interactions in mind games. There's like no really other fighting game that feels like that to me. I never got comfortable with another game to get to that same feeling. Honestly, I would have tried the Avatar game because I think that looks pretty sick, if I gotta be honest. But again, the online thing, and then usually when I start to play a fighting game, I tend to start taking it seriously after a bit. Like I want to improve as a player. But after a while, man, the controller becomes a problem. Because the PlayStation controllers have very separate D-pads. So trying to roll for a quarter circle is very inconsistent for me. I need something with something in between, like in the diagonals, to make it easier for me. Because since I come from like 2D action platformers, right, I need to make sure my inputs are extremely clean, either straight down or straight forward or straight back, you know, so my thumb is not good at rolling at all. It's not natural to me. Yeah, I built a lot of muscle memory to have clean inputs. Maybe a little too clean. That's my big problem. But I do like the fast movement Avatar the fighting game seems to have. But it seems like it has some decent single player content though. Is that a red? No. Holy crap. Okay. That might be my biggest criticism of this game. Their idea of making a harder encounter is to just make it longer instead of more complex, if that makes sense. Like the complexity comes from like what enemies you put together, but they don't really do that on the higher modes. Is this more so let's make the numbers obnoxiously high? I think that's what they're doing here. This fight's gonna go on for a long time. This isn't good. I don't think I healed. Well, I mean saved. We're gonna find out. They actually do have VF4. That's crazy. Dude, no way. What about like Soul Calibur? I could imagine that's on there, right? I think Soul Calibur's on Dreamcast. Oh, okay, there was a save right before. Thank goodness, man. I'm back. Here. So close. Dude, I got comboed. I gotta hope for a blue here. Yeah, hopefully get a bunch of these. It's horrible for fighting games. I know that the Steam controller has the Xbox controller. Dude, yeah. I remember showing it off before, but the OG Xbox controllers, they sort of have like a wave plastic top. It's so nice, man. It's so nice. Like that feels way better to me. Now, I was looking into controllers that sort of replicate that, like nowadays controllers. And the only option I found was the Victrix, I think. But that is way too expensive. I think it's like $250. Like, nah, I'm good. Like, it'll probably be helpful, but yeah, fighting games, man, it's like a huge commitment. Time and money. But I'm sure that's for most things. I'm trying to keep him over here. I got my iframes because of the flame might have hit me there. Go back over here. I punish him. I'm assuming you're more of like a PC player, Power, when it comes to fighting games at least. I feel like that's where, well, I do hear PlayStation is like the biggest for console player base anyways for fighting games. But I can imagine, man, PC is way better. Way better. Again, free online. It seems like you have way more choices for controllers. While PlayStation, you usually need to have like a official one, you know, unless you want to buy the universal adapter, the bricks converter, I think, something like that. And that's not cheap either. So yeah, using PlayStation, man, as your go-to fighting game console, not the way to go. I can tell you that much. I think this one goes. Give me a hit. Oh, nice. The top then bottom, I think. And then I can go. Yeah. I really like how they kept these platforming challenges in this game. Like they found their own way to do it, which I like. Alright, time to fight. Smogon. Yeah, the D-pad for the Series S is really good. Very clicky. Very short travel distance. Extremely short. So it sounds nice. It feels nice. Dude. It's a really, really good controller. I remember mentioning this too. That I lingered for a long time. But there was rumors that the next Xbox console is going to remove online paying. If that's the case, then I'm transferring over. Because I like their who's gonna die? I like their D-pad. I swear they even have cheaper pricing. Well, deeper cut sales. Not as much as Steam, obviously, but better than PlayStation, that's for sure. But the backwards compatibility definitely helps. But on the other, I hate competitive. I get that. Like for me, this is the closest I can get. Because I like the mastery part, right? Of video games. I like learning and then honing it and then doing it better the next time, right? I like that that progression through skill rather than like numbers, right? And fighting games is the same way. But the level you have to reach just to even play the game is just too high. It is just way too high. And again, with like Smash Bros, for example, right? Crap, I'm trying to deflect this. I'm not sure if it can, but it won't hurt to try. Okay. Yeah, Smash Bros, you don't have to learn frame data. Like, not really. Because again, the game has too many variables and mix-ups to like even care about that stuff. Well, like Street Fighter, right? That game feels like math, to be honest. Like when I was playing Street Fighter 5, like I was streaming that for my friend back in the day, and he was there when I was going through the frame data sheet for Lara. And dude, like I would not expect for me to learn numbers for everybody, including myself, just to play the game, right? And that's a little much. And I've heard some players are so good they don't even need to look at the frame data. They just go by feel. And I'm sure you can. I'm sure like you have such a deep knowing of how these fighting games work that you kind of just understand. But for me, I have a long way to climb. I understand what's happening and what to do, but the barrier is just so high. Like, I could just be thinking, putting too much on my plate. Like thinking I need to do this much research and effort when I really don't need to. 'Cause I'm not competing anyways, right? But, but, but for me, right, I want to improve. And the only way to improve, I need to really optimize my block strings and my punish combos, whether or not they're on counter hit or they're at the wall or mid screen, or if it's weight dependent, right? Like how much resources do I have? Like, do I have my assists? Do I have one bar of super? Do I have two? You know, how much? You know, if Street Fighter 6 case, do I have? How much drive meter do I have? But there's a lot of variables, man, and I want to learn every possible scenario just before I even go online. And that's my problem, personally. I just put too much on my plate to learn. But I want to learn. That's the thing, right? I like that, but yeah, it's tough. With Smash Bros, it just seems way more intuitive to me. Like, is your movement good? Is your spacing good? And that's pretty much it. Like, how good is your mix-up on recovery? Like, how can you manage your resources as you go back to ledge? I'm gonna use lightning. Okay, I can buffer at level 2, I think. Dude, that did no damage. And I was like right next to them. I'm trying to not be too careless with my shots here. I'm gonna go back left. Oh, I wanted to go left to avoid that, man. There we go. We were so close. Wreck me after enough defeats. I get that, man. I get that. That's something I want to look into more. Because I know there's sort of a, because you know how there's like personality tests, right? But there's one for video games specifically. Yeah, there's one for like what you get out of it, right? Whether it's for collecting community or a mastery, things like that. There's like 7 categories and like one more subcategory. So it'll be interesting to take that test and see where I fall. But I have an idea, but it is pretty cool. Like how you can get a ton of different stuff out of gaming. For everything only on tricky situations where I get clipped. And that's how I should probably approach it. Because like I was doing that for I'll just die here. Like when I was playing against Bison the last time I was when I was using Terry. Like I kept running into Bisons everywhere. And one more character, but he kept doing like a crouch medium punch into like the cartwheel front flip kick. And also his poke kept whiff punishing me every time. So I went to like the replay thing. Now, okay, which one of these are actually minus, so I know when's my turn. But so yeah, I should just take it one step at a time and not like try to take it all in. Like only when I hit my first problem should I study up. But it's again, it's still a lot of numbers, man. A lot of numbers. And again, when I have to come back to a roster that's nearly 2 times, maybe 3 times the 3 times larger the size where I left off, that's pretty daunting. So I gotta keep going back and learn everything for every character. And those tricky situations only add up with more characters, you know. So many Team Chom critiquing calling on the mail, and it really makes me wonder. There's only a few folks calling him out. What would be what would be need what would need to be called out though? Because for Mayo, there for me it seems like he gets fun out of it, which is funny. He gets joy of getting people riled up. Because I know that happened with Ultra Kill, right? And I think even Arkham Knight. I think that's pretty much it. Like he sort of just does it for the fun. For the fun of it. I'm gonna die. Oh, I rarely ever lab or read wikis before playing. The only way to get better at something is to just do it. Yeah. Yeah, you just gotta jump in, man. Jump in, get your feet wet, and then learn by fire. Especially in a competitive game, but I want to minimize the burns as much as possible. That's the thing. Because the last thing I want to do when I play a game, right? Specifically a fighting game, I want to get to the point where I can already do the mind games. I want to get to that point as fast as possible where I'm playing the player and not the game or the character, if that makes sense. Like I want to go immediately into the mix-up conditioning part of the mind games as soon as possible. So again, that's why I like games where it's more about short combos and more interactions. So it's less about me having to maximize all these long combos, mid-screen, corner, things like that, like I said, or meter-based. If it's more simple, mechanically, in some way, right? It's not exactly right, but when the tools are just what they are, I can just immediately go into the layers of the mind games sooner. That's why For Honor is like my most played fighting game. It's not a traditional one. Most of my favorite fighting games aren't traditional. But yeah, frame data isn't really something you need to learn in that game. It's only about learning the patterns of your opponent. And again, when you have like feints, highs, lower right, and then like how do they like to dodge attacks? If you can hard read it, you can just guard break. You get a guaranteed heavy attack. But yeah, that game you can immediately go into the deep layers of it because the mechanics are so simple to learn anyways. In practice, it's pretty damn complicated. In that game, it was easier for me to like pick up the roster, like learn the matchups, because there's not a whole lot going on. Like you learn their mix-ups, like their one or two like routes, but after that, it's sort of like not too bad. It's crazy. No, yeah, that's how I feel, man. There's a lot, but again, it feels like that way more so with traditional fighters, more so the different ones, you know. Like that's why I was thinking about playing like DOA more. Like I haven't played it much at all. But again, high, mid, lows, and hold. And again, that's pretty much similar to For Honor. High, left, right, and feint, right? And you can just go from there for the mix-ups. To sort of like take your turn back earlier, you know. So For Honor, no, Dead or Alive seems like the next step for me to go into. Like a 3D fighting game besides that. Like, I really like fighting games too. I like them mechanically. They're super interesting. The art is always good. The music. Like those games are to the brim of stuff to love. But when it comes to playing it, man, quite the barrier. Not finishing a game before releasing is bad. As long as he's honest, I don't think it's a bad thing if you don't finish it. You just got to be transparent. and make sure you let people know you didn't finish. But like I said before, man, streaming the games you review is very helpful for both parties. For me, I get to has a record of what my thought process is live, so I can like reference it and not forget stuff, and I can use it for clips as well. You guys help me too with knowledge, which is very helpful. I like that. But also like shows you guys like my preferences, my playstyle, am I doing it wrong? You know, like, yeah, things like that. Yeah. Because like some games won't click with everybody. So why finish a game if you're not enjoying yourself, you know? But in that case, you know, make that very clear and make sure you tell people that that's what happened and say why. It's all subjective, you know, you can't be wrong, but as long as you can sort of make an understanding stance as to why that happened, you know, it just makes sense. Takurang, I think I mentioned that. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. What is Nitaku anyways? Isn't that more like a read, right? Like a hard read? Like I guess. But how can you do that on a bot? Which is my problem with Urban Rain. Is because he doesn't really edit his videos much. Makes over the top. Oh, okay. So he wows people up because he's joking. Okay, I get that. We can never plan for stuff, so that being framed it just was wrong. Yeah. Because you couldn't sit at the cab too long. Right? Everyone's always rotating. It's not... What's that phrase? Players optimize the fun out of gaming. So that's pretty much what happened. I'm guilty of it, especially with action games. I show everything that's possible and what to do. So I get it. I do that same thing. But it's more easier here because when I'm playing a bot, you know, or a consistent AI, it's easier to pick up on patterns and what's possible, and the learning process is more clear. But when you have to fight a human, things get way more complicated. Not even finishing the game, switching to easy mode is still quitting. As long as they're honest, man, that's all I can do. I'm telling you, man, if you try to lie, the internet is very powerful. It'll be noticed very quickly. Image hard mode, not so much, Bruce. So far, it's all the same. TTK is the same. The enemy compositions are the same. They just add more in each fight. So I was saying earlier that fights are becoming more obnoxious rather than complex, right? Like I'm not getting new. I'm just gonna keep dying over and over to catch up. I'm not getting new fights. I'm just having to do the same one over and over and over for longer. And I don't think that's really interesting, if I gotta be honest. So yeah. Yeah. That's my only gripe with this game. Only gripe. I don't think the new fights are interesting at all. It's more of a test of my patience. It is cool. They're testing my consistency, but yeah. Ignoring game mechanics. Like for me, right? For my previous, well, it's same style, but with my name, the overview part, I gave myself the option select of it's okay if I miss something, because the title gave me a little bit of leeway, but I did try my best to be as thorough and fact check, because like if I'm making a guide type video, misinformation is a huge problem. But the thing is he making a guide though? That's the difference. Is he just sort of like giving his impressions and like his experiences? Because for me doing guides, if I give wrong info, that's bad. That's really bad. But that again, it's all about like the context, you know, and what's his goal for his videos. He was still calling out both him and other folks in his community on Twitter, I'm assuming, right? Sensei has gone back to guides. That name sounds super familiar. Shonen Sensei. That sounds super familiar. That channel was covering NG4 news, right? I remember seeing that pop up. I think that's the right channel. Oh, okay, yeah. They get intuitive part wrong, which is why many of them fall in the eyes of casual Street Fighter 2 and Melee because of that. It's hard, man. And again, I was gonna say fighting games are niche, but I don't think so anymore. Like, okay, like compared to action games, right? Compared to action games, this year alone, the first 6 months, how many fighting games have we got? Well, we as if I'm playing them. I'm not playing them, but yeah, there was like Tokon, Avatar. There was like the the Hunter x Hunter game. You know, there's a lot of indie games, middle ground, and while there's AAA games coming out all the time. It seems like constant updates, huge tournaments, huge payout. There's multiple community-based online, offline gatherings. Like, it's far from a small community. Always hear that right when I watch YouTube stuff for fighting games. They say it's niche, but I don't think so. I don't think that's true at all. Action games, I think, are niche. But again, everyone has their bias. But yeah, from my perspective, this genre is super tiny. Like, extremely tiny. The Farley conspiracy video regarding action games, and I don't think anyone called him out. What was the problem with it, Power? It means two choices often advances defensive options. Oh, okay. So is this wrong to use that term in a context of fighting a bot, right? Because how can you do that? Test if the games will account for them just ignoring the challenge, how many mechanics the game actually needs. Like Shinobi, okay. I can see, okay. Okay, that makes sense. On both players, not because of the startup frames attack. With some very popular titles, it's getting stronger now because online play has finally gotten good. For fighting games, right? It's tough, man. Maybe the competitive side is small, maybe, but if you see these sales for Street Fighter 6, but I don't know. I don't think that's true either because like DMC5 also sold a lot, so maybe that's just Capcom bringing in the numbers no matter what, you know, no matter if it's a fighting game or action game. But they're making it, but they made a sequel to Street Fighter and not DMC, so maybe there's some truth to it, but I'm gonna try to actually beat this boss now. I'm gonna look down at the game so I can get a better look where I'm aiming. I want to be nowhere near the front of his face right now. I don't want to even attempt. That was out. Awful. This might kill though. Or at least knock him down again. Trying to get out of here. Okay. Nice. We just need a little break. That's all. That's all. Bum, bum, bum. Then make sure he's beating throws and defense. You can't duck throws. It's a guess for the offender and defender. Where it is offender advantage in terms of reward. To sort of paraphrase them again, Underground was talking about a hit confirming. Do the first hit react to the hit, and if so, convert into whatever is optimal. Dude. I got lost in the sauce in that. Okay, so it seems like he just got the term wrong. It seems like it seems very specific situation. So even I will get that mixed up, to be honest. How much BS he can cut through. Bum, 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 bum. Duty. Oh, but you could do that. Oh, okay. Oh crap. I'm going to avoid buying something this time. I'm gonna go save my money. So I need the flying swallow. Because boy, I need it at this point. He pretty much says that the positioning doesn't exist in games like Ninja Gaiden because there are more than 3 enemies, and that's what's like are better because. Positioning definitely matters. It definitely matters. Like even on a simple level, the last thing you want to do is be in the crowd of Ninja Gaiden. It's all about movement and where you place yourself, especially like when you go attempt a UT. Because yeah, you may have iframes after the fact, but you can still be caught in the startup. So it's all about like making sure you're in a good spot to have that brief moment to set it up. And even in Razor's Edge, right? You can control where you wind path, like leap off of. And that's so good because of the positioning aspect. Like where I land is super important. Yeah, positioning is super strong or important in Ninja Gaiden. Like there's some cases too, like you don't want to be at a wall because you want room to evade. Or sometimes bosses will like combo you off a wall too. Yeah, it's better is a strong word too. Like I try not to use that too often. I'd rather just use the word different. Because there's always different tastes for different people, right? And it's how the game executes those ideas. So better is a strong word. Fighting for the Impact in the Demon Souls remake. That was part of the video? That'd be a wild comment. As a diehard VF player. he's at a level where he can beat low-level players but lose to pros. So you think he's talking up his level too much, you think? I know he's been going on a massive rampage against every single critique of Souls games. This is White Whale. You know what? Speaking of, he did the Dark Souls 2 video, right? Even to this day, I think I watched a video. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I think it was like a 2-hour like deconstruction of it. And to see that response, right? That response to a video that old is wild. Like, I even heard like that he was pretty much wrong too in his video from a few people. Like, I can imagine some of it's right, or at least, you know, it's true in his perspective. But I find it super interesting how it's still like a massive talking point in the community, it seems like. Even after like what? Nearly a decade? Oh, that was a free red. Bro. Dude, I'm actually really glad I took a break fighting that boss, because my hand was killing me. But now I feel pretty good. Eventually, I know a core concept as well. Oh, okay. That's the important context then. Okay. Now I understand. If you're gonna claim such a, okay. If you're gonna say you're pretty much intermediate player or even higher, but to get basic concepts wrong, okay, I get that. It's like, imagine me saying there's no iframes on Wind Run or Wind Path, things like that. Just getting like clear basic mechanics wrong. What? And gaming came from beat 'em ups, and hack and slash games come from them. I did not have a very good idea of what I'm talking about. Is this sort of like a growing sentiment? I've noticed that trend. I definitely noticed that trend. Because originally he was a shmup channel, right? Like, I think it's good to explore other genres. Like, I did my shmup video, but it's very important to say your skill level or not try to portray yourself as an expert, sort of thing, I guess. Again, it's all about that transparency part, man. Because once you put that out there, then it's more understandable. Like, okay, they're still learning, right? Because if you try to portray yourself, then it becomes more like you're trying to pull a fast one on somebody, and people will pick up on that immediately. While if you are true, saying like, okay, I'm just learning, then the help will. The emotion that comes with the help is definitely a lot different. Do I need to fight these guys? No! I need to get out of here. I do need to get this, by the way. Crap. Not here. I do need to break the crystal with the ice. The ice nympho. I need it for the dungeon here. But what? Dude, these guys are super evasive. Oh, okay. The video is a mess because he used lots of words that make one seem inferior to the other, then says that they're just different types of gameplay. That's what I was talking about. That's what I was just talking about, the fast one. People pick up on that very quick, especially if you're, because if you're talking about a game, how do I say this? You learn this very early on, but there's always somebody who's more knowledgeable than you are. And that's sort of been my approach as well for action games, right? Like for me, right, when I was doing my streaming, like I have no complaints, none whatsoever when people give me tips, you know? I know there's like a thing with backseating and stuff like that, but for me, like I enjoy like people who are more experienced than me, like lending that helping hand and sort of like helping me see the light, right, of what's good about the game. I think that's very important. But I know at the same time I'm very, like with the channel, right, I'm very I guess private. So for a long time I would do research for these games and not really interact, and so I do everything on my own. But yeah, it's all about setting the right feeling or the right tone immediately. Because once you say you're an expert, then immediately the tone shifts. Like, okay, let's see if you know what you're talking about, and let me try to find holes in what you're saying. But if you come in saying you're just learning the game, then it's like, okay, where can I help you understand? Yeah. Tell me, man, you gotta be very. You can't be sneaking like that. That's for sure. Just spam flying swallow. Just if you have big shot, not to mention I think the only one for the game. Oh, okay. So I remember, wasn't that like what's happening with Wolfenmonger too? I remember hearing that like a month or two ago, like claiming, I don't know for sure, but I remember people were saying like he's trying to portray himself as a big Virtua Fighter fan, and that really wasn't the case. Like things like that, you know. Again, once you do that, people will start to find out. But again, there's always somebody who's more knowledgeable, and they'll pick apart. How to say this? You only need one person to notice these things. Like with the what happened with the Resident Evil 4 challenge runner, like on YouTube. I think Trance was the one who blew the whistle on it. And he sort of like proved like, okay, this guy isn't honest at all with what he's doing. Most people didn't know, right? Because it was like a million view channel. So nobody really said much. Not enough to make it known, but it only takes one. It only takes one. And there's always that one person who's way more knowledgeable. And they'll notice things very quickly. So when it comes to like the internet stuff or claiming certain things, you can't be doing that. That's why I've always tried my hardest to really make sure I double, triple check when it comes to specific games, because I can definitely lack on some. But I really make sure I fact check really make sure. Now I don't have to be so strict on myself anymore. Again, that's why I sort of like turned away from the previous format. I still talk about the tech and what to do and stuff like that, but I'm adding more so my personal experience rather than like pure facts anymore. You know, I want to put more of my personal self into the video and not just be overly factual. That just became not fun anymore. But the same beats are hit, but again, this is how you package it. He said he was an FG player before he was a smoker, so he should have a lot of experience. The core concept vital to intimate play. I see, yeah. Yeah. I remember having the same experience again with the NG4 video with the triangle system for Ninja Gaiden. That's not a thing at all. Because I remember seeing that NG4 critique video from the other channel. And that's why I've seen the triangle thing for Ninja Gaiden, especially 2 of all things. Because when you can counter grabs in 2. So immediately that's not accurate. But for the most part, the games never really ran on that system to begin with. So things like that, you know. So it makes you wonder a little bit. What? Dude. I am very nervous to play this game on Master Ninja because these fights are only getting more long. And if they're going to be more evasive too, it's going to be way harder to land my punishes. And yeah. Like, I was thinking about I watched a normal speedrun yesterday. And I was thinking about watching a Master Ninja one. I think it was by Grayson. On YouTube. I wanted to check it out. But I was doing, I was reading like 10-year-old GameFAQ threads on this game. And someone made a comment that there is a unique boss on Master Ninja. So I'm in a tricky spot. Do I learn efficient tech and routing, or do I go into the mode blind so I know if that's true or not and have the initial reveal myself, like if there's a new boss on Master Ninja? So I don't know. We'll see. I need a save, bro. After that, I need a save. We took an hour. We took an hour to do this one chapter. I took a huge pause there. But yeah, now... Yeah, because I remember like an hour and a half mark, we were at the halfway point of the game. So I was thinking maybe at 3 hours you can beat the game, but that is not going to happen. That is not going to happen. We might be able to still beat the game in one sitting, but I'm not counting on it. This has the, now I can go back. I think this is just, yeah, let's go backwards. Now I go left. Yeah, this is another cool thing I really like about this game. The stage hazards. And it's like an ever-evolving dungeon, right? Because after we did that, now there's added icicles that wasn't there before. Get me out of here. Bro. Just so I can bait him over here. We'll just fight him now, I guess. I think they're just body blocking him. Dude, thank goodness. In person, let alone mention any trips to VF tournaments. I don't think he's even mentioned going to any tournaments at all. Very tricky. Again, it's very tricky. Once you say something and you set alarm bells on, you put yourself in a position you're going to be fact checked. Yeah, whatever he did, man, people are on him. That's crazy, man. But when you portray yourself as an expert, again, that's what happens. Oh. Got one. UT in the spinoff? No, they possible. Check this out. I'm gonna do on the I have to scratch the screen. But as you can imagine, when you have to scratch the screen to attack, you can't get it so easily in neutral. So I have to attack once, usually the whole combo, before I can do the UT. And I gotta keep doing this and then let go. Luckily, I can buffer into another UT after the fact. Yeah, it's super rare. Usually I buffer out of a flying swallow like that. So I'm able to hit an enemy during hit stun, and I can have time to do my UT right then and there, right, and absorb essence. So it's trickier in this game. And I'm basically using my flying swallow as a wind path or wind run because we don't have that in this game. So my only way to approach an enemy now is flying swallow. It still has iframe, so it's still like mechanically or like utility wise, it's still the same. So yeah, I'm replacing wind path with flying swallow, and that's a way to get my on landing in this game. It's different. That you can also roll to get it sometimes, but as you can tell, it's not consistent. Even jumping on landing isn't going to work because you flying swallow instead, even that low. But that's why I just end up falling swallow and then went from there. So still here, it's just you gotta approach it a little differently. A little differently. It works though. It works. I'm still playing, and like my strategy is still Ninja Gaiden. Like, okay, where am I gonna flying swallow to get my charge or my absorb in time? You know. But even guard resets are in the game, guard buffers. It's all here. Even shuriken cancels, but you can't be that finesse with the touchpad because you got to go from slicing to then a tap. I don't think that's really practical. But and then you can't have both shurikens and the bow equipped either. I can constantly swap them myself, but it's fine. Like, there was a guard buffer right there. Oh, I don't have. Holy crap. I can't risk it. No! I wanted to tap the red. Yeah, this is Awful. That was an awful Ninpo. Okay. They definitely have a higher, like, evasive stat on hard mode. So I am not looking forward to fight. Ooh, nice. Not nice. I'm not looking forward to fighting Resetsu, if I gotta be honest. He's already blocking and dodging everything in his recovery. So we'll see how that goes. Bruh. Is it just at the spin UT? No basic one like you do in the OGs? Just... Yeah, that's how you do, there's no holding input in this game. You have to slash the screen to prep a UT. Like, that's why it was so easy to go from a roll or a jump into on landing UT, because it's a simple hold button, right? But this one, in order for the touchscreen to even recognize you're going for a UT, it's too late, right? Because you have to slash once to prep it, but then a slash is also an attack. So there's like an overlap there, you know? Well, after doing a flying swallow, I can just buffer that input, right? So during that flying swallow animation, then it gives me enough time, well, the game enough time to recognize it without like forcing me to attack first. Yeah, there's no like hold input, you know, it's all slashing. Yeah, there's the on landing right there. It still absorbs. You still get the powered up UT. But check this out. Even though there's more than one orb, you don't get the level 2. Like, I had a thing earlier today where I absorbed 2 blue and even a red, and I still didn't get the max UT, which is the red one. So the rules are different for how many essence you need. So it's different, but you still get the multiplier on kill with it. That's for sure. But the requirements are definitely different. Like right there, I absorbed multiple, but I just got a regular like haste straight slash instead. He was blocking his eye. Thank goodness. That's gonna be the game going forward. Very long fights. Very long. Way too much credit. I'm curious to check his video out, because like I said during the streams, I avoided that. I avoided any videos on Devil's Third because I wanted to go in fresh. And again, that's why I like streaming. You guys get to see me personally come with my own conclusions, and if it makes sense with my experience, right? Like I have the again, I could have the wrong outcome, but if you see my stream, it's like, okay, he had the horrible luck and the bad things happened to him for some reason. So okay, it makes sense he got to his conclusion. It's not always right, but it's just unfortunate circumstances. Like for me, for example, with Curse of Darkness, right? For me personally, that game wasn't fun, but the issues I had with emulation didn't add to the experience, you know. But that's a personal thing. So it's not correct that the game is buggy mess on like consoles, whatever, or on intended consoles. But for me, I just had a user error or hardware error. But yeah. Streaming, man. It's like I said, I think every reviewer should stream what they play. I think it's just way better for everybody. Man, did you see that sick deflect or reflect? Look at that. Legend of Zelda, eat your heart out. No. I popped off every time I figured out or found out a new projectile can deflect or reflect. There's a difference, right? Deflect is when you send it, it's sent wherever, while reflecting is when it goes back to sender, right? I've been really trying to make sure I got that right, but I'm not sure if it matters too much. That's pretty active. I want to make sure I hit the head. Let me try to buffer UT. Really? It did not. Bruh. It didn't hit him, and he got me. But there's no like 2 UTs I know of. The spin UT. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. There's no 360 UT. No. Not that I know of. Yeah, let me spin. Yeah, I'm spinning. Yeah. There's no 360 UT. Just the regular stationary one. My bad. Yeah, just the just that one. Yeah. I would wonder how they would try to do that on this. But that might be a little too complicated. Like there's no even directional strings in this game. Like you can do down attacks like that, the windmill. A little finicky, but you're just slashing. There's no like forward inputs, extended strings. So yeah, directional attacks are pretty much out of the question on this game. But even though it's stripped down, it's still the same like thought process and like execution for the most part. And yeah, it's still Ninja Gaiden, man. Still Ninja Gaiden. On the contrary, he did mention the performance issues. If only the performance stuff was mentioned, that's, like I said in the stream, that's the least of its concerns. The least of its concerns. Because I mean, my video is pretty much done. I just gotta put the clips now. But the weapons not breaking, infinite ammo box is like, this is crazy. But I made comparisons to like RE4, God Hand, Metal Slug. Like I'm showing like how this been done and should be done. Yeah, there's a lot wrong with that game. I need to look down so I can actually aim at the head. Lightning doesn't strike twice in the same spot. So whenever he teleports away, I'm just gonna go towards where he was originally. This game is too good. And you can cancel, as you can tell there, you can animation cancel with Ninpo in this game. That was a bad idea. He's gonna grab me. Okay, I think we're good. Nice, this should be it. I'm just gonna do regular slashes. If I went for a UT, I might have been in a bad spot. Because like last time, somehow all the blades got avoided. Ba, ba, ba. Dum, 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 dum. And as you've said, performance release, yeah, a lot of problems. And again, that's what I said in my Devil's Third streams. When you stream, you can say one thing, but having the game in its full, unedited glory, the audience will have their like unbiased view of the game. Like your playstyle would, alter that, but at least it'll add more context of like where you got to your conclusion. But they can see more than you put in the video, And again, that game has a lot of turret sections, a lot of the fact it even has 2 Minesweeper sections is too much. But things like that, Alright, make sure I buy that. Kind of scary. Money is tight, but we're making it. We're making it. You watched too many reviews before. Okay, from what it sounds like, he's more so commentating. He's reviewing the reviews rather than the game. Does that sound right? It seems like he was going after the response to the game rather than him adding his own take to it. That's what seems like what I'm hearing. You kind of think that game is bad, but not as bad as the reviewers said it was, because that's the game nowadays. What's up, Ivan? Welcome. We're still going strong, playing on the Wii gamepad, man. Let me check the battery. It says full, but I'm not sure about that. But I'm gonna keep a close eye on the red blinking. Dude, this game. I got a question. Do you guys have a sort of like top 10, top 25, top 100 games of all time? You guys have one of those? I have 100. I have a top 100, a 10 by 10. It definitely switches out often by recency bias. I can't lie, but there's some games that definitely are permanent. That was crazy. Like Lament of Innocence, for example. I was super tempted to add it to the list. I was super tempted. I haven't gone and edited my list in a while, but it's on there. Same for this game. Anything Ninja Gaiden, I'm obviously biased towards, but there's a lot going on here that makes it very unique and replayable. That reminds me of the Medusa heads that come out last second. And again, I'm not sure if this is accurate, but in my headcanon, these guys are the armadillos from NG2. This is their natural habitat. The forest as they roll around like Sonic. And Genshin decided to capture him. Genshin's pretty much Eggman if you think about it. Capturing them, putting them in machines. Okay. Cool. Yeah, we're around like past 2/3 mark, I think, of this game so far. On you. Oh, nice. Went back to it. My current issue now is the slightest inconsistency in my own iframes. Okay. If it's iframes, mess around with the stances more. Like the low stance, very quick but short duration. Middle stance is like a longer dash step, but then the follow-up is a roll. While the heavy attack is super long, but means you have more iframes, but the recovery is longer. So you can't like punish afterwards. So don't mistake the fat rolling of the high stance as bad. If you played Souls games, that might be hard to like wrap your head around. But not every every role has its pros and cons. Yeah, sick, man. How much more time have you put into it, you think? Because you mentioned like 18 hours, so it seems like you went back a little bit more. Oh, is this a mandatory fight? I'm not sure if it was or not. Messenger in this game? Yeah, it's very hard to get in this game. Yeah. It's not because I'm bad, no. I'm assuming I'm not doing not enough fights. I am skipping a lot of enemies. So I'm sure there's like a kill threshold you gotta hit, right? I try to get the blue. So yeah, I think I'm just not getting enough kills, and the kills I am getting, they're not really giving me a lot of points, you know? Okay, I gotta use it. Top 30. Why 30? For me, that seems like a weird number. This is an odd number with the 3. Like usually it's like 25 or like 50. No. But 30, I never seen a top 30 before. Come on. Compared to any of the home consoles, dude, look at this. That's a real Ninja Gaiden experience. Being eaten by piranhas. No, seriously, it's legit just NG1 on the go. And you know how much I like NG1. Yeah, you still have guard buffers, the rolls the same. Flying swallows, on landings, UTs. The enemies are the same. They bring them back. Bosses are back. The animations seemingly are like one-to-one copy and pasted over. There's dungeon-like layouts, as you can tell. A hub system, just like the first game. You can even Azuna chop people, even more so than the actual console games. So you have like more abilities here. It's sick, man. That's all I gotta say. It's super sick. Like yesterday, I said, this game is not a spin-off. This is a full-on mainline game. Even story-wise, man, it's not just like a in-between thing. It introduces so many characters and plot points that unfortunately didn't go anywhere because of like characters didn't get the full follow-up, like Sanji. But Kureha, the maiden that died at the very beginning of 1, got like her final conclusion in this game. And yeah, this is a full-on 3D Ninja Gaiden game. Like a mainline game, honestly. Now it even makes me more like, yeah, NG4 should have been the spin-off. It should have saved the 4 for something else. Yeah, look at this enemy composition. People who grab flame pillars. No joke. This game is no joke. A top 25. Ooh. The top shoes, yeah, that's what I use. Top 15, but I have no particular order. My number 1 will never be the best. My number 1 will never be the best of them. Am I reading this wrong? Number 6, for example. I could just be reading that wrong. But yeah, top 15 though. Like, how long have you guys been like making it or like editing? Because for me, it's sort of been a tradition for like 5-6 years, where I sort of like review where it was last year and to see how my tastes changed over time. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting to see that growth. as you try new games, especially over a year. Very where each stance has. Okay, okay, I was ready. My bad. No, I get hit when dodging mid. Oh, oh, okay. I think there's another solution to that. If I remember, you can hold block while dodging and still guard in recovery. It's like you'll snap from dodging into blocking. So there's like a guard buffer like mechanic in Neo. But I'm not sure if it's exclusive to low or mid stance, but you might want to check that out. You might want to check that out. Okay. Come on. Yeah, I think I beat him. No. No, I'm at the exit. Oh. Come on. Dude, it's like a pixel away. I'm trying to save. I'm trying to save my ninpo for this fight. And there's a save point right after this too, so I'm gonna use it right now actually. Let it rip. It take a long time to die. Wow. He dodged out of the initial hit. Hold on, hold on. I'm dead. So close. The newest own mission. I haven't actually. I've been sort of like. I'm just gonna wait till the game comes out at this point. It's almost again a month, so I'm just gonna wait. Only go. That's sick, man. Did a preview as well. How's it looking so far? So I did see the one video by oh, what's the channel name? Devils Never Cry, I think. I've seen his discussion on it. His preview. But besides that, I haven't seen much. Yeah, I know there's like more shown, but I'm just gonna wait till the game comes out at this point. The top 10s often go with games get better with oh, okay, I see what you mean. So I choose not to go that route and say that they have no order. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Like they're all peaks in their own way, right? They don't actually overlap or like compete in any way. They're just all perfect in their own way, in their own categories. Oh, okay, I see. Yes. Okay. Like when you guys make your list, do you end up seeing like habits or like trends? No. I want to get my payout and then run away. I mean, strategically escape. Yeah. Bro. I'm trying to walk out, but I end up just shooting my arrow. There you go. Like I remember when I first made my list. Like I noticed how how they were action games and things like that, or running guns, or like they were more pixel art rather than like 3D games. I remember writing these like sort of writing down the things I look for in games, and I use that sort of as a guide for like what I should play next. Like having it, like seeing it all in one place makes you like focus on like maybe I should explore this more. I seem to have like more of a preference for this than I realize, you know. Got here. I just gotta use it immediately. Dude, they take so long to die. No. That does so much damage. That's why I'm trying to avoid the floor at all costs. Dude, he interrupted my windmill slash. I'm dead. Dude, that is rough. Super rough. There's really a game that would benefit. This really is a game that would benefit from an in-depth guide. Well, I don't do guides like I used to, but I'll still give like a very in-depth look at to what's happening and what you can do and what is good. Like I still hit those same beats in my videos, but more condensed, if that makes sense. And again, that's what I have like the streams as well when I'm more practiced. Like I'm gonna attempt to beat this game again on normal once everything's said and done. Come on, get off me. I wonder if I should just take my time. This could technically be a farming spot. But I'm not sure how much I'll need it though, because we are late game. And this is pretty close to the entrance of the dungeon. Look at that. 5,000. Actually, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back and buy, yeah. Life of a Thousand Gods. That is a lot of cheddar. For the pro tagging them. Like, what do you think so far? Like when it comes to your favorite games? I would have to assume a few Marvel games, right? It has to be. Come on. Okay, there's no boulders on the way down, but there's definitely going to be one on the way back up. I would have to assume. But yeah, when it comes to like some of the series I enjoy, like NG, obviously, even like Mega Man Zero, and they're both pretty similar character-wise. They're very like stoic, serious killer, efficient action guy sort of deal. I'm trying to wonder if there's more like that in my list, but I can't really think of some. But both of those games are very similar with their Pro Tag, and they are both very insane action games, whether it be the 3D games or the 2D ones. Yeah, hopefully I can actually buy something with 5,000, because things are a lot more expensive. We'll see. We just hit the 3-hour mark. Damage or health? Let's go health. Dude, I am not looking forward to Master Ninja. Unfortunately, I don't think you even unlock costumes in this game. Usually when you beat normal, or any mode for that matter, you get a new look. But I think there's none in this game, sadly. It would have been nice to at least have one costume. Specifically the classic blue. That would have been nice. I feel like you can still pull that off with the model we have now. You just gotta like recolor it. Like that would have been more than enough. Just recolor the model we have now. But I wonder if that would have been too much. Like Medusa heads. I'm gonna roll. There we go, just in case. No. Dude. Okay. Okay, we have a little bit of health, probably like 5% more health. Will it make a difference? Who knows, but we're about to find out. Okay. As we're at the exit too. Action game for the PS2 GameCube that's beloved by the fans. I really want to play that one. Is it Ultimate Destruction? Or is it the tie-in movie from around that time? I'm assuming it's the what's the dev team? The ones who did Prototype. They made that game before. Shadow, or Web of Shadows DS specifically, nice. Also Spider-Man, of course. Never saw Spider-Man in 2000s. Oh, okay. That makes sense. You dropped in when I did the Ultimate Spider-Man stream. So let's check this out. Let's see. Yeah, those are good picks, man. Super good picks. But what about Silver Surfer on NES? Is that on there? Just by association, is it on there? Because you always got to have, I didn't mean to do that. I can cancel, luckily. You always got to have those wild picks to make it your own, you know? It's always easy to pick, like, the, what's the word? Tried and true games. But when it comes to, like, your list, you got to have, you know, relate to you. Oh, there it is. Yeah, yeah. Demon Core. Looks like a G. I think so. I think a few years ago. Because it's been like an early beta for years, right? There's like a few action games like that. Play more of it. Okay. Ultimate Destruction, nice. I'll get around to it this year. Force me to. Because, again, we still have a long way to go. And once Wolverine comes out, I am pivoting to Marvel. I made that plan nearly a year ago to do that. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. No! Dude, let me be. That's enough. Come on. No. I didn't expect blue to drop. That's rough. That's really rough. No, I didn't want to absorb him. I'm mashing too much. Half health, bro. At least we know where to farm if need be. Okay, that's enough. That's enough to work with. Okay, I need to pay attention here. How that grabbed me. I was rolling too. Okay, at least one of them's gone. Oh, here we go. He didn't die. No, how was I not at level 1 at least? I wasn't even a level 1 UT. I delayed my flying swallow there. I wanted to be close enough to absorb the blue. Okay. He's dead. Okay, I need to be better at punishing there. I just had to focus. I feel like that's gonna happen more often, man. I need to get quieter the more we get into these playthroughs. And that's not really a good thing when streaming. But holy crap, the difference is immediate as soon as I focus up. Oh. Spider-Man movie again. And now I'm really in the mood to read. How early? Like, what was the moment you think, the revelation for you? Like, you know what, Marvel Comics, that's where it's at. Like, was it a certain series, like a movie or show, the toys? Like, what was it? Because even for me, right at the time, like, I was surrounded by all that stuff. Like, I had my own, pretty much everything. The Spider-Man themed birthday parties, things like that, the toys, comics. Like, I was surrounded by that stuff too. But I didn't really fully latch on as like my go-to. I'm curious what the turning point was for you. Because again, man, you have like 100 years or 100 years of stuff, nearly. You have a lot to look at. Different writers, artists, sometimes different combos of both. Different timelines, things like that. Yeah. No, the combo grab. I just got comboed. I'm going back to save. Okay. I'm leveling up though, mentally. Like, I gotta get more used to this game at a higher level now. Someday so I can see where the NG influences lie. Did they say that's a part of their influences, you think? Dude. When it comes out, yeah. So I'm assuming it's still like far away, especially for like a solo dev, I'm assuming. Okay. You know what I like about this game? I could use my ninpo while blocking. You can't really do that in other games. I think it's 2 where you could do on landing ninpo. You can't do that in 1. Like, I would have to roll and then use it. While this one I can just have more freedom. I try to punish that guy. Okay, at least I got a little bit of collateral. What? I should kill. Both of his last two. Try to punish him. Dude. No joke. There was a collection of old Spider-Man comics that was getting released, and the omnibus, isn't that what they're called? Or like an omnibook? For Marvel Comics specifically stemmed from there. Oh, okay, so it's sort of a recent thing then. Because Homecoming was more of the newer Spider-Man for sure, but I'm not sure the specific year. But from my perspective, that's the newer ones. I grew up when Toby was first coming out. Was the first Lego game. Oh, okay. Nice. I like that. I like that. So before then, did you have like any other like huge what's the word? Like were you big in other communities or like IPs? There's only like Marvel that really like only one that spoke to you in that way. It's like a dud run already. I'm gonna have to look down here. I'm gonna have to look down here. Yeah, that's not worth it. I wonder if it's just the camera angle in this room that's making me mess up a little bit more. But I'm not too sure. I'm not sure what it is. I was trying to... Dude. I get punished for that. Dude. The road to top 1% players is not gonna. You're going for 1% in Street Fighter, right? 1%? What made you want to do that? Going for master makes sense, but going one? 1,000 hours playing Rage Quit. Imagine what I can do in 1,000. Bro, what? You got hit by the Street Fighter 6 bug. I remember you saying you're not a big fan of Street Fighter, but you're talking about playing the game for 1,000 hours and looking ahead as if you are going to play for that long. So you're in there for the long haul, it sounds like. 9 years ago? That's crazy, bro. 9 years? Jeez. For me, those barely came out, I gotta be honest. Just gotta grind and learn individual patterns. High Master is top 1%. Best of luck, man. If you can do it with Marissa of all characters, you're even higher than the 1%. I bet it's an even steeper hill to climb. Dude. 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 Wow, they tracked me so hard there. I should have saved this when I had lower health actually. Dude. This might be a dud of a run. Dude, I got comboed. They dropped a blue for me too, man. 1700 MR in ranked? I'm 1300. Okay, so where's the cutoff for legend mode? So I've seen like those players, right? The like top 10, top 100. When does legend start? Bro. I might have to turn up the brightness. We'll play for a little bit longer, but I might have to take a break here, to be honest. Let my hand rest. That's the sucky part. Again, using this for everything, you can't play it for long. It's cool that it's short, but when you have to push it this hard, like push the game this hard with this with a stylus of all things, not comfortable. Not comfortable. Okay, it is possible with Marissa. Dude. You got it, man. Showers you with points, so it's like a huge percent of the player versus hard stuck at master. Oh, okay. So they give you like a boost and sort of like a buffer set of points. It sounds like. Yeah, I'll try a little bit longer, but to be honest, I might farm off stream. Like I'll just farm the fishes so you don't have to really see that, and then get the damage boost, the extra health. I think that'll make a huge difference, to be honest. So yeah, I'll probably do that. 'Cause I think we're stuck here, to be honest, right now with my current like how I am. But we'll see. Dude, he got me while rolling. Dude, that's so fast. Yeah, I'll probably try like one more time and we'll call it there. No way. Like I said before, man, I can't do this unless I'm 100% focused. So it's gonna make the streams a little awkward to watch. I'm not talking, but at this rate, that's the only time I've been able to make progress. No, we got a long way to go. We still have like 4 sections before we get to Ababa. I'll try. I'll keep going. I'll see if we can make it to the final boss of the dungeon and call it there. But yeah, every fight so far in this dungeon has been I didn't mean to do that. Has got me stuck for a little bit. So we'll see. It seems like there's probably 3 fights with each platform. There's one here. So I gotta activate it first. That wasn't a UT. I have been doing something different though. Last attempt. So instead of going straight for the launcher like usual, I got so lucky there. I could have been thrown off the edge. Yeah, I do a regular slash and then attempt the I do regular slashes and then launch. Yeah, it seems like the initial slash sort of baits him into dodging, and then I can punish after that. And it seems like it's been working. Yeah, I got that first try, so that might be the strat. Right now, that's like 120,000. Dude, that's a crazy number to be in. That game is extremely popular. So to be that high of a bracket, that's insane. To know you're better than like what, 90%, 99% of the player base is insane. Dude. Oh, there was a red. There was a red in there. That's unfortunate. Okay. There's a red. As I got. Okay, 2. That's a crazy luck right there. To have 2 reds back to back like that. Okay, again, that's working pretty consistently so far. Yeah, like dodge into slash and then launcher instead of going straight into a launcher out of a dodge. If I get grabbed one more time. I'm going back to save. I picked it up. The strategy, man. But holy crap. I haven't had this feeling playing Ninja Gaiden since the first game. Because going from normal to hard is actually pretty tough for me. So like, the sort of like feeling I'm getting of like adaptation is happening right now. So it's like a mix of me having to like master this control scheme to be more consistent, but also to learn the quirks of the AI at the same time to get consistent punishes. Yeah, this is why I decided to go back. There should be a save point right after this. Okay, almost 10,000. That's not bad. I can probably buy 2 things with this, but... Alright, here we go. I actually don't know if lightning, well, Inazuma is good for her against her, but we're gonna find out. Okay. I'm gonna use my arrow more this time, in between attacks. I could have done way more there. There we go. That was too far. Too far again. Ew. That's gross. There's already are some playable games on the PS5 English. That quick? I wouldn't even know what games to play on PS5 emulation, if I gotta be honest. Is there any? Is there any PS5 exclusives that you can't just buy already from Steam? PS3 makes sense. PS4 too, right? Bloodborne. But 5? I don't know. I'm not sure there's anything on there for people. Maybe Astrobot. Bruh. So much damage. I think the arrows do more damage. Damn it. Input error. What about Wolverine, Ivan? You just got reminded of the new game, or thinking about like your top favorite games? Okay. I definitely need a break after this. It was pretty good though. It was a pretty good attempt. I think we'll have this sooner rather than later, I feel. Dude. That's so consistent. That's crazy how strong this is. This probably won't finish her off. Pretty close though. Okay. Oh, yeah, true. That's one of them. That was pretty much the cutoff, right? Between them saying they're going to take away the single player stuff from PC. That's true. Dude. This game, bro. This game is tough. And this is even the hardest mode. Oh. We only have 4 chapters left. At that point, I might as well keep playing. Chapter 10. Out of 13, I might as well keep playing. I don't know. Void. Yeah, Resetsu is going to be a problem, bro. We have Resetsu next. And then Ishtaros, Nishe, and then Vigor, and then Black Dragon. No, yeah, we're playing this later. That's way too many bosses back to back. We'll save the final stretch for next time. Probably tomorrow. 'Cause yeah, I need to rest my hand. I got more planning to do. I got to figure out the money situation for like Master Ninja, but we'll get figured out. We'll figure it out. But we'll be back tomorrow. We'll finish hard mode. We should. Well, again, like I said, I'm gonna probably go farm off stream to guarantee it's a smoother experience, like a final stretch. I most likely need to retry a lot of fights next time, so I'd rather just my consistency be tested, not like be a pseudo challenge run for being super under leveled. So I'll do that. Be back tomorrow to finish, and then yeah, Devil Surge video should be done by next weekend. And that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. I am hungry. GG's. Appreciate it as always, and the next time.